And resilience. It's COVID-19, even though we're in 2020. Hopefully it's not going to last too much longer, but have you got anything to really help our audience around that resilience piece and staying strong mentally, I suppose?
I think that's probably the most important skill of all right now, is the ability to remain resilient during this time. And there's one word that I find very helpful to me during the uncertainty of the current climate, and that is impermanence, and remembering that this situation now is permanent. So if you are receiving, a job rejection, or you don't hear from something, or you're not successful at an interview, or you get rejected from your university, rejections will be a constant throughout our careers. We'll have setbacks, that will just happen. And it's our ability to recognize that feeling of rejection isn't permanent, and our ability to see that for what it is, which is a moment in time, allows us to bounce back and see that a more positive opportunity will just be around the corner. So that would be my main thing, recognizing that challenge isn't ever permanent, and that we can and will have more positive outcomes in the future. And almost like kind of challenging moments are like passing clouds. At the time, that cloud feels very challenging, but actually clouds pass and the sun comes out again.
Right, Sarah, and how else could you manage setbacks, I wonder?
I think one of the techniques that has most helped me at times where I'm feeling overwhelmed, perhaps over emotional, perhaps I've got some feedback I haven't liked, I haven't got the promotion I've wanted, whatever it may be, or particularly when I was kind of working from home and the uncertainty of COVID, I practice grounding techniques, and that is the ability to really center yourself in the present moment, because often our worry is kind of busy in our minds. And so the practice of grounding ourselves in this present moment, so both feet on the floor, kind of nice and sturdy, almost like our feet have grown roots, if you like, and then focusing perhaps either on our breath, if that feels comfortable, so a few deep breaths from our abdomen, or just simply that feeling of sitting in a grounded, sturdy position and focusing on the here and now, connecting to kind of what you can see, what you can hear, what you can smell in this moment. Connecting to the senses can be very, very calming, and it can just take you from that moment of feeling I can't cope to actually settling your nerves and realizing that in this very moment you're safe.
And what is that called, Sarah?
It's called grounding.
Right.
And it's part of a mindfulness practice. So for anybody who hasn't practiced mindfulness before, mindfulness is really a practice of being aware and present in the current moment, and it can be really helpful for anybody who perhaps experiences stress, anxiety, worry, and all of us, I guess, do at different points in our life. So it can just be a way of bringing us to the present moment and being more aware of our emotions within that moment. There's two apps that I would really encourage students to access if they're feeling at all anxious or want to practice more mindfulness, meditation, and kind of presence or awareness, if you like. And that is Headspace and Calm. So they're two apps, Headspace and Calm, and both of them are really helpful, have free content to help with meditation, but also to help with sleep. So if you're struggling with sleep, it can be a really helpful way to listen to recordings while you try and get a good night's sleep.
Going forward is actually being able to sit and go, everyone's been through lockdown, right? It's never not going to come up in an interview now, certainly not for an entry-level role. But what a great way of being able to demonstrate what you have been doing. Like, how have you stayed motivated? How did you keep up with your college work or your part-time job, or help your family, or whatever, start learning a language, or taking up running and being more active. It's really good to think about examples that tie into competencies through COVID, and it also demonstrates resiliency, which is a massive kind of area.